This is the Boss Katana Mini X amplifier. As you can see, a very portable amplifier, super lightweight, no power supply, there are batteries built in, and it's just a bit limited. Maybe too much limited? Well, let's find out together. Hi guys, I'm Steex, audio video production. Welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome to my studio, the place where I try out guitar gear and pro audio gear. Today I'm gonna show you the Boss Katana Mini X, this wonderful amplifier. I have to send a huge thanks to Lucky Music that provide me the gear to make a video here for you. This video is sponsored by Lucky Music, so thanks Lucky Music. However, all the opinions will be mine. And of course, you can also judge listening, of course, through the amplifier. This amplifier is a really mini amplifier. As you can see, we have built-in also cabinet, so it's a combo amplifier. And for this reason, I use microphone, of course, to let you listen how it sounds. You can also record with this amplifier directly with the rack output, which is also the headphones output if you want to monitor directly with your headphones. But today I'm gonna show you how it sounds in a real environment, okay? Previously I already reviewed the Boss Cube LX, I think, and I used a microphone, let's say 40 centimeters away, and someone commented as, you don't have to use microphone to show us the sound of the real amplifier, because you have to listen to the amplifier with your ears. Yes, genius guy, but I have to show you through a camera. How can I show you if you are in California and I'm in Italy? So I need to use a microphone. Yeah, so this time I'll use a binaural microphone. So as you can see, there is no any microphone here because it's there, it's Jimmy. For all the people that don't know who is Jimmy, this is Jimmy, this white head. As you can see, this is a binaural microphone, and basically in the ears there are microphones, really precise microphones. So depending on the placement, Jimmy will listen differently, and it's basically how you will listen if you place aside from the amplifier or behind or in front of or under, so the sound will be different. So I place also this microphone in different positions so you can listen how this amplifier sounds in an environment, real environment. As you can listen, this is the left ears, while this is the right ears. And you can listen, of course, the sound. So now let me place Jimmy here, and it's basically in front of the amplifier, let's say 2 meters away. So it's a normal distance, let's say. Let's start talk about the amplifiers, and then of course I'll show you how it sounds. Well, as you can see, it's all ear. Behind there is nothing, it's all a closed cabinet. We have here the panel for control everything, and as you can see, there is no any power supply because I'm using the built-in battery. You can also charge the battery with 5 volts, and I hope that this amplifier will survive for the length of this video. Otherwise, I have here prepared my power bank, okay, with the USB-C. So, as you can see, we have the input of the amplifier, we have the gain for the kind of amplifier you want to choose. Considering the amplifier, we have here the selection between 3 different amplifiers: clean channel, crunch channel, and the so-called brown channel, because brown is mainly for the high gain. I don't know why it's called brown, even if brown is more like brown sound, plexi, and more pushed like the old PV and stuff like that. Anyway, brown is for high gain. Then we have the control of the overall volume. Let me say you can have really loud volume with this amplifier. It's 10 watts. And as you can see, we have, I don't know if you can see, but if I push here, you can see that there is here the 5-inch woofer. And here is the tweeter, very, very tiny. And the sound, in my opinion, I'll show you in a moment, is very bright. So pay attention because, as you can see, I'm using the treble, lower treble, because it's very, very bright also here, listening from the side. If you listen from Jimmy, it would be brighter. Then you have the bass, mid, treble, and the effects. As you can see, we have two knobs of effects, and this is really well thought, in my opinion, because you can have in one effect all the kind of modulation, so tremolo, the modulation effects. You have, of course, I cannot read, is phaser, the chorus, and stuff like that. And on the other, you have the common modulation, so reverb and delay. So you can combine these two effects. This is really, really clever. Then you have the tuner. If you push it, you can tune yourself, and it's muted, basically, the sound. So as you can see, I'm pretty in tune, okay? And then, of course, you have the possibility to record through the rack or monitor with your headphones. As you can see here, we have the power switch and also the possibility to charge via the USB-C. This is the amplifier. There is no any possibility to use the amplifier with the common Katana kind of software to manage the effects. There is no the possibility to use your phone via Bluetooth. There is no any possibility. So it's very limited, in my opinion, and the Bluetooth that you can see here is only to send, for example, some backing tracks, so some music through your phone. It's not to connect and pair your phone for the application, okay? No. For this reason, this cabinet is as called the FRFR, so very linear response, and for this reason you can send, of course, the music. Otherwise, music through a cabinet, it will not sound very good. So for this reason, inside there is also per each kind of amplifier an emulation of cabinet, okay? So let's listen how it sounds now. Let me show you starting with the clean channel. Of course, I'm recording with Jimmy through my audio interface, so you can listen basically from here in front of, and then of course I'll move Jimmy in another place. So this is the clean channel. Now let's change, for example, the equalization, also the variation here. This is more for acoustic, let's say. It's starting to crank too much. Let's add some chorus. Okay, now let's switch to the crunch channel instead. Here you can listen that the very little woofer is starting to crank and it's starting to create some rumble sound because it's distorting inside this really tiny box. So this is a downside. You have very portable amplifier, very tiny, super compact, but on the other side you have very little, let's say, poor kind of speaker. And I'm basically at half of volume. Variation. Let's now switch to the high gain. So it's suffering of the low end, so it's missing low end, it's trying to create some low end, this tiny box, but it's distorting a lot. There is a mosquito. Why? I don't know why. This is an octaver. Let's switch to cruncher. I can listen that it completely changed the equalization of my amplifier with the octaver. So this is with octave. Without the octaver. So why? Why? This is the distortion of the amplifier. Anyway, let's switch now to the more common sense use of the effects, so which is the reverb. Like it. Spring. It's too fast. Without. It seems like a very early reflection. No, I don't like it. And finally here we have the delay and reverb together. Now, I want to show you how the sound would completely change if you move on, of course, on the environment, because this is, in my opinion, an amplifier that can be used, of course, in your house, a very low volume, not how I'm using right now. But if you use this, for example, outside, like street artists are used to, basically when you move, you can listen different sounds, because you can listen sounds directly or aside or whatever. And you, when you play, maybe you can listen to sound behind. So with this binaural microphone, I can show you how it sounds. Now is here, Jimmy, and basically the sounds will completely change. This is the sound, maybe without any effects. Maybe now he's needed more treble. Or you can listen from here, above. But in my opinion, the bass placement should be in front of, but not really super in front. So maybe here, in this placement, so you can see also, and it's not really super in front like before. It's just a bit aside. So it's not super bright, but it's, of course, brighter than before. So guys, this is the Boss Katana Mini version X. In my opinion, is a wonderful amplifier if you want to use it in your house, because if you don't want to use really loud amplifier, even if this is really loud, 10 watts with this half volume is really loud for a normal apartment. So you can also use with very low volume, and in my opinion is better, because otherwise this will start to distort due to the fact that it's very, very compact, very tiny, but on the other hand, it's very tiny, so you cannot get bass response. He wants to have some low end and create low end, but it started to crank, it started to distort, so my opinion is better to use this very low volume. So if you want to use this, for example, outside for street artists, you have to keep in mind that the low end will not be very, very good. So you have the link in the description, a really cool amplifier, just a bit limited, only 3 amplifiers basically, and effects you cannot tweak with your iPhone with Bluetooth. So what you see is what you get. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You have the link in the description, and I'll see you, of course, in the next video. Bye.